Hi, Terry Sproul here, and welcome back to another edition of the 12 Tags of Christmas with the Viva Las Vegas design team and the Viva Las Vegas stamps. Here's the one I made for you today. I'm a little biased, I have to admit, on this because I'm the one who came up with these nesting flowers, so I kind of had to figure out a way to use them in this. And I was kind of feeling a little not inspired until I figured, hey, I got to bring those flowers in, and then I was totally inspired and I really like this tag now. So let's go make those flowers real quick. Now, I have to admit, the paper I used to make these flowers, I only have this much left. That's not much, as you see. I'm not going to get all 4 of those stamped on there. So I got another piece of paper real quick out that will work good enough to do what I need to do to show you guys how to make the flowers. Okay, so let's get working. I'm going to grab that piece of paper I said, some black ink, get my tag out of the way here, and Viva Las Vegas Stamps has 4 nesting flowers, and they're a 5-petal flower, and you can do a lot of different things with these, and we actually have some video on that on my YouTube and over at Viva Las Vegas Stamps, so either or. So basically what I want you to do is stamp 1 of each and then cut out 1 of each. So that's pretty easy to do. Stamp. And a lot of times, just for a little quick clue, might make life a little easier on you, is I usually will stamp on the back of the piece of paper that I actually want to use. That way, if you don't cut out the image perfect, you don't see any of your marks. Just a real quick trick there. Okay, and 1 more. Now, because YouTube only allows me to have a few minutes, I'm going to turn it off and cut these out and come back, okay? Be right back with you. Okay, welcome back. I got all 4 of those flowers cut out like I told you guys to do. So, next thing we're going to do is actually make the poinsettia. And how I did that is, first off, as most of you know, I work on Teflon sheets. So I have a Teflon sheet down here. I'm going to take some of my 3D crystal lacquer, and I'm going to put a pretty nice dollop of that right here on my Teflon sheet. Okay, that probably should be enough, but you never know. And I'm going to pick up each flower, and I'm going to do the exact same thing to each flower. If you don't like to get your fingers messy, you could use a Q-tip to do this part, but I like to get my fingers messy, so I don't mind getting crystal lacquer all over my hands. So as you see, I'm putting it just on the petals, and then I'm going to go in and actually almost crease, but not necessarily fold, each of the petals. So I'm getting this nice little crease into them. And I'm going to do that all the way around. So all 5 petals are going to get the same treatment. And I just kind of go in there and I just work it. So you kind of want it to look sort of like what I got going here. See how that's going? And the center you don't have to worry about too much because all that's going to be covered. So that's why I'm kind of only messing with the petals. So, okay, next one. So you're going to just keep doing this to all 4 of your petals. Or, excuse me, all 4 of your flowers, all 5 petals. Sorry. Okay, keep folding. Keep doing this. See the difference of how cool that's turning out? So, that's 2 down. And what this crystal lacquer does, it kind of gives the paper a little more structure, and it also makes, when the paper is wet, it kind of makes it easier to fold these little creases. So it kind of works as a double agent, and it kind of gives you this really cool effect too. So, okay, that's 3 down. The last one, my little one. Okay, so I got all 4 of my petals, all 4 of my flowers, petals, all squared off and stuff. Now it's a choice here at this point. You can put some crystal lacquer into the center because that works as an adhesive, and that's what I'm going to use because I have it out. But Miracle Tape, that's also from Viva Las Vegas Stamps, love this stuff if you haven't used it yet, works just as well. It's one of the best adhesives out there. And also, as I'm putting these flowers on there, it would help if I actually put them in the right order. Sorry about that. I'm kind of offsetting the petals. So as I'm putting each of the flowers in, I'm offsetting the petals. Hopefully you guys can see how I'm doing that. And that center flower goes in. So they're nesting on top of each other. It's kind of, I actually made these flowers I actually had asked that Viva Las Vegas make these flowers for me for multiple reasons. I like the nesting ability that I'm getting here. How cool that is. See how it's turning out? And you can kind of manipulate it a little more here once you've got it all glued together. And then what I did is I took from Robin's Nest, they have dewdrops, great little things, and I took out some of the this one is actually called Red, Gold, and Silver. So I went in and I found just 4 or 5 of the gold ones. And I stuck them in the center of my poinsettias, my flowers that I made here. So, okay, there we go. My fingers are all sticky with the crystal lacquer all over them. Isn't that funny? Anyways, so then I just laid them down in the center of my flowers. Once I got it where I liked it, I took some crystal lacquer. Now crystal lacquer dries completely clear, even though when it goes on it's kind of not clear, it's very cloudy. So I just poured that in the center over top of the dewdrops, like that. And as you see, it's completely cloudy at this point and not pretty at all. But when it completely dries, you get this awesome, awesome look like that. Okay, so let's quickly make that background for the tag, and then we will be done with this tag. So let me get all this stuff out of my way. That's all got to dry. So I took my tag. It's just a basic tag from Sizzix that I die cut it out of a nice cream colored paper. And I'm going to grab my light blue, sky blue memory dye ink. And I'm going to grab either, it's up to you on this, you can either use cut and dry from Tim, or you can use makeup sponges that you can still find in the grocery stores these days. Actually, the grocery stores are harder to find, I have to admit that. Makeup counters, pharmacies and that kind of stuff have them. They're getting harder to find because people aren't using them as much as they used to in the 80s. If you all remember, that's how we all put our makeup on. And I'm just taking some ink onto my makeup sponge and I'm just kind of circling it right in the center of this tag here. And just getting some of that beautiful blue on there. Okay, I like that. Put my lid back on. Now I'm going to grab some of some red, and I'm actually using the Distressed Fire Brick Red. And because I actually already have this corner of my cut and dry inked up with this, I'm going to use that. And again, in a circular motion, using my Teflon sheet and going off onto my Teflon sheet, I'm going ahead and getting all that color on there. And I'm going around all the edges, as you see, real quickly like that, and that one's done. Then I just took some plain black ink. I love Indian ink. Can you tell how much I love it? Look at that front of that. This is sad. And I'm using the stamp I'm using that's part of that stamps that we are using from the kit is called, it's a Merry Christmas stamp. See it there? Isn't it cute? And I'm just going to put that directly onto my acrylic background. I'm going to ink up my stamp with my Indian ink, black, from Stuart Superior again. And then ink that. And I'm going to kind of make it go a little bit of a diagonal. Poof, that's done. Once this dried completely, I'm going to glue that down right there. Put a little fiber on it. And that tag's done. I really, really like how that turned out. Hope you do too. Remember to leave us a comment so you can win that set of stamps. Bye!